Russia's Stavropol region was hit by a drone attack. Local Telegram channels reported on this. Ukrainian kamikaze drones hit the signal radio factory. The footage of the aircraft-type drone hitting the plant were taken and shared by local residents. It is said that there are no casualties. The Rosatom enterprise, the main activity of the enterprise is the production of equipment for nuclear power plants, the production of devices and complexes of radiation, chemical reconnaissance and dosimetric control, fire alarm. This plant is one of the largest enterprises of the radio-electronic complex in the south of Russia. The plant is one of the main manufacturers of electronics for the armed forces of the Russian Federation. Some channels write that for the Russian army, the plant will produce electronic warfare equipment, in particular active interference stations, Smalta, Gardenia, electronic warfare complexes for aircraft and ground objects, including Topoli.
Да ну нахуй, ебать, он прям вот он. Охуеть. Я охуею. Ебать, прям над нашим домом пролетел.
Куда он дальше полетел?
Да вон опять в то же здание ебашит. Не, дальше полетел. Дальше куда-то летит. А, сука, гондон. Ебать гондоны, сука.
Опять туда ударит. Вот, сука. Ola. Neyin çıkıyorlar? Domlara vuruyorlar. İsmail. Çıktık valla domlara vuruyorlar уже. Давай, git tuğa buradan. Çıkın.
Ребята, я в шоке. Куда ПВО смотрит? Ёбаный в рот. Сейчас смотрите, что будет просто. Южный рынок. Аж, блядь, мою прическу сняло. Ёбаный в рот.
Да.
Ukraine has received the first batch of US-made Patriot air defense systems days after President Donald Trump's announcement of a new military aid package worth $10 billion to Kiev, Telegraph publication reported on Friday. According to the report, thanks to US agreement with Germany, the Patriot anti-aircraft missile system and other interceptor missiles arrived in Ukraine by the end of last week. The Pentagon and the White House used the move to try to persuade European countries to take a risk by sending their existing stockpiles to Kyiv. However, for some countries, this is a difficult task, given that their Patriot missiles will not be replaced until early next year. Earlier this week, Germany announced an agreement with Washington to transfer 5 more batteries to Ukraine. Berlin will provide funds for 2 systems, while Norway has promised to pay for a third. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said that Kiev currently has agreements on 3 Patriot air defense systems out of the 10 needed. However, missiles, drones, electronic warfare systems and stable funding for the army are also needed. Zelensky recalled that US leader Donald Trump agreed to transfer the systems to Ukraine.
Ukrainian drones carried out a massive attack on several regions of Russia, and 2 factories important for the Russian military-industrial complex were hit. As Russian publics write, Russians complained about explosions in Nevinomysk, Stavropol Krai, and reported dozens of arrivals. It was claimed that the target of the attack there was the chemical plant Azot. Later, the city mayor showed a video of the plant's territory in the distance and praised the plant workers, thereby indirectly confirming that this enterprise was the target of the attacks. The plant has been attacked by drones for the 2nd time in the last 2 months. It suspended operations in June after an attack. This plant is a major producer of nitrogen fertilizers and ammonia, and is also part of the Eurochem group. Earlier, the media reported that the enterprise supplies nitric acid to the Sverdlov plant in the Nizhny Novgorod region, which is used to produce oxygen and hexogen, which in turn are used for artillery shells. In addition, explosions were heard in the Tambov region. Local telegram channels wrote about an attack on a gunpowder factory in Kotovsk. Later, videos of smoke after strikes in the area of the factory were published. At the same time, there are no official reports of the attack. There were also reports of a massive drone attack in Krasnodar Krai. In Timashevsk, UAV debris fell on the territory of the railway station, leaving it without power supply. In addition, in the Rostov region, local residents wrote about numerous explosions in Taganrog and Novocherkassk. On the night of July the 20th, drones attacked Moscow and the Moscow region, causing fires there. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin stated that cars caught fire from falling debris and a residential high-rise was damaged. On the night of July the 18th, drones attacked Moscow and Dzhazinsk. As expert Anatoly Krapchinsky noted, the strikes that Ukraine is carrying out on targets in Russia are aimed not only at hitting the target, but also exert psychological pressure on residents of Russian-populated areas.